Happy Hump Day, coming in live for the breakfast show. What's going on? If you are brand spanking new to the breakfast show, it's an honor that you stumbled across. Do you think I need to put some lipstick on, or do you think I need to put some lipstick on? If you are new, I invite you in the comments, oh look at this, to drop the word new. If you happen to be returning, so you've been a part of a breakfast show in the past, drop Happy Wednesday or drop a 1 if you can hear me. I want to make sure that I'm not talking to outer space. So I am super pumped up and super fired up for this morning's episode. I am going to take you along on a journey and give you about 3 brand new tools and 3 FREE things that you can have today in your back pocket to make sure that what it is that you are doing to either maintain your weight loss, lose weight, or improve your muscle tone are things that you are currently doing. You're gonna have 3 brand new free things. You might have to download them in the App Store, but it was the absolute game changer of how I dropped 30 pounds in 5 months and how I have maintained it after 11 months of struggling to drop even 1 inch. So again, if you are new, can you just drop a 1 in the comments if you can hear me? I would love to know where it is that you are tuning in from. I'm currently checking it right now. Okay, you can hear me. Awesome. So a little bit about background about how the breakfast show became a thing, how it was born, is I went in to get a physical. I was the absolute heaviest I'd ever been, 180 pounds. I got a clean bill of health. Everything was great. Nothing was wrong with me. Thyroid levels, hormone levels, and my doctor tried to write me a prescription for what's called metformin. And I ended up saying, you know what? So many people had recommended the book called The Obesity Fix. So I went all in with that Audible book. And then every time I finished a book, there's always a new recommendation that comes up. So what I did was I just continuously pressed play on Audible books in the car instead of listening to the radio. And here we are. And every single day that I listen to an Audible book, I come and I share with you all the little tips and tricks that I've learned along the way. And I'm like the type of girl who, when I upped my water and my protein and my fiber, I actually went up instead of down. And it's because of the things that I was adding to my water. It's because of the supplements I thought I could use for fiber. And they had toxins and things in them, which raised cortisol. And raised glucose levels is what has our food storing as visceral fat in that belly area right here. So I'm pretty sure your mind's gonna be blown. I would be pretty shocked if it wasn't. And I'd be even more shocked if you don't learn something new today. So let's kind of dive in. Make sure you hit follow or hit add friend while you are on live, because now you'll be alerted for future breakfast episodes and you have 30 days to watch and listen to replays. So let's kind of dive in. The number one thing that I think most of us struggle with is staying within the range of where our fiber is supposed to be. Do you know how much fiber we are supposed to be getting each and every day? And this isn't just for weight loss. I talked to just last week a handful of women who started to go back up on the scale again because they kind of pulled back on their fiber. So we don't want too much of a good thing, but we also don't want to be deficit in fiber. And the reason why is because literally it is the vacuum to your intestinal tract. Like, think about how all the food goes through the intestinal tract. Like, we really don't want anything left behind. Do we want to have little pieces of food left underneath our trash can, like maggots will come? We don't want bloating, inflammation. We don't want irregular bowel movements. That's the first red flag that we're deficit in fiber. I actually went into a GI specialist. I had such horrible gastric issues, inflammation and bloating, to go get a scope put down in my stomach to find out through a naturopath holistic doctor, hey Michelle, you're deficit in fiber, to the extreme. So when we have toxins and bacteria in our belly because food can't make its way all the way through due to lack of movement, lack of fiber, and lack of, guess what, water, there are little particles that are left behind. And it's just like food, right? It becomes spoiled. It causes this onset of inflammation. So here's the exact grams you want to get. You want to get between 25 and 40 grams of fiber. and you really don't want to go past that. But listen to this. You literally right now, 150% can start doing this and see within 72 hours a change. But when I upped my fiber using this, wait till you see this. This is the first little tool you're gonna learn and you're gonna be like, what is Metamucil? This has aspartame, yellow 6. There is an app that is completely free. It's called Yucca, Y-U-K-A, that if I were to scan this handy dandy Metamucil, it's gonna give it a rating. And then it's gonna tell me why it's bad and what is inside of it that's bad ingredients. So what's really cool is when it gives me a poor rating, I can actually scroll down and get recommendations of bars and items that are a good bang for your buck. So that app is it's gonna change your life. So if you're adding fiber and you're like, I'm using Metamucil or I'm adding some type of supplement, but I'm not getting results, that's probably why. Toxins and dyes coming into the body along with carcinogenics, it raises our cortisol levels. And over time, it just can't deal with it. Cortisol levels spike, glucose levels spike, all these little short chain amino acids, peptides stop responding to each other. And instead of food coming in and feeling good and having energy like we once did, guess what happens? Our food starts being stored as visceral fat. We have lower energy levels. We struggle with our weight. So our fiber between 25 and 40 grams, 25 is fine. You could have 2 pieces of bread right now that would put you at 30 grams of fiber. 1 slice is 40 calories. The bread tastes good. It might take you a hot second to find it, but you're gonna absolutely love it. It's actually called Carbonaut. So carb, you know how to spell carb, O-N-A-U-T. I had to search it. Download the Instacart app. Search it, and then it'll probably tell you where it's available, so then you can go to that market and purchase it. But if you want more of like chia seeds, 2 tablespoons is 10 grams of fiber. You can do berries, blackberries, blueberries, raspberries, strawberries. That's 8 grams of fiber in 1 cup. Your broccoli and your greens is 7 grams in 1 cup. So the Royo bagel is something, yes, that's a great one, Tara. R-O-Y-O. I get them on Amazon. So again, if it's not local to you or you don't have like a near market for like 45 miles, you can always do where you can go to an Amazon or something. So that's our fiber. So think of fiber Y. There's 2 types, insoluble and soluble, and it's really the only thing that can swell to the width of your intestinal tract. So your intestinal tract, like I said, a little bit of the biology, it's like a big swirly snake. We're supposed to be getting 7,500 steps to help with digestion, to help moving things through. We're supposed to be getting half of our weight in ounces of water to help push particles through. So when you start to do this, like I said, you're gonna get an alleviation, but drop a 1 in the comments if you're like, okay, now that I actually have a why behind it, now that I actually have some really good recommendations on how to get the fiber in, this is something that's definitely doable. Go Google. Hey, you could chat GPT or Google, like, I need to track my fiber. Tell me the free, most bang for my buck, the smartest way to track my fiber. Simple, I'm busy. Boom, you'll have an answer. So that's the fiber component. If you do have inflammation, bloating, or irregular bowel movements, it's probably directly linked to that. But the second thing, let's talk about the second thing. The second thing is protein. Well, you're like, Michelle, protein, duh. But how many grams of protein do you really need for weight loss? What is it? I want you in the comments to share with me your goal weight. But if you don't know your desirable weight, I want you to write down today and make it like a conscious effort to Google this. So like, for example, I'm 5'7". So I would go to Google and I would search desirable weight, 5'7" female. And it gives me a range. I think it says anywhere between like 122 to 159 pounds. As long as I fall within that range every single day, I'm going to lose weight and I'm going to improve my muscle tone. But anytime I fall deficit, my body isn't burning 30% more calories, so it's shifting the metabolism. My body doesn't feel full and satiety, so I probably have food noise galore, or I feel constant spells of hunger. If I'm not getting enough protein, I'm not improving my muscle tone. That could lead to like the chance. I just talked to a gal. She was, 78 years old, and she ended up breaking her arm. They said she needs to up her protein, not just supplement it, not just use collagen. And literally that led to her having pneumonia, ending up in the hospital, literally almost 100%, like dying. So it's so important. Let me tell you something, 150 grams of protein, that's my desirable goal, is 600 calories. 150 grams of fat is 1,350 calories. If your mind is blown, can you drop a 1 in the comments? If you're like, what? 1,350 calories for fats. Do you want to know what my meals used to look like? A couple eggs. That was trumped by fat. Well, there's 5 grams of fat, but there's 6 grams of protein. Well, there's 9 calories in 1 gram of fat. So the 5 grams of fat times 9 calories was 45 calories coming from 1 egg from fat. There's 6 grams of protein, but there's only 4 calories in a gram of protein. You always remember 449. There's 4 calories in a gram of protein, 4 calories in a gram of carb, 9 calories in a gram of fat. So that would trump it. Then I'd put cheese on it. No protein, again, a fat. Then lunch would roll around. Avocado. I'd eat it like it was free calories because it's so healthy fat. And then I'd always constantly use peanut butter or nuts and seeds for my snacks. And I was like, why is this girl in the office so thin when she's eating like X, Y, and Z? She wasn't deficit in protein. She might have supplemented with protein shakes and protein bars, but she hit her number. So with your protein, if you hopped on late and didn't get the YUKA app, it's called Yucca, you can type in the foods you use. You can literally scan a barcode and it will tell you a rating, good, bad, or poor. Once you can click on that rating, it will tell you there might be toxins, dyes, or carcinogens. In the United States of America, those things can be found in our foods. We're not like England, where they can't have certain ingredients in at all. They're banned from their food. So it's up to us to do our due diligence on that. So with your protein, I want you to realize, take your desirable weight and times it by 4. That's the amount of calories you need in protein. And I'm gonna give you a hack today that's gonna get you there. So what you're gonna do is, all I need you to do is I need you to tell me in the comment section, drop a 1 if you can see the calories right here. Like drop a 1 if you see 90 calories. Something that's really cool about our labels, guess what? They're always gonna be in the right place. This is always gonna be right here. So we're always gonna see 90 calories. All we have to do, step number 1, when we go to the market, is delete the last number of calories. Okay, so let's cover it. We have 90 calories, okay? I need to come on the live. Oh, okay, so I see comments. Okay, so when you cover the last number of Slickback Baddie, hi. Okay, love it. Okay, so I covered the last number of calories. Boom. I see 9. All this means is that number that I'm left with, there should be 9 grams of protein. Boom. There's 14. This is a good bang for your buck. If there wasn't 9, I would go pick another one. But what one do you pick when you go to the market? Are you picking the one that has higher protein? But then step number 2, I would go in here and I would search this in the Yucca app, because guess what? There's people every day that are upping their protein and they're not getting results because they're actually putting in more harm than good. Look there's cottage cheeses that are carcinogenic. When I search it, there's some brands that are absolutely excellent. There's some that are extremely poor. And when you click on this rating in this app, it tells me there's more information on the additives, monodiglyceride of fatty acids, and carrageenan, a texturizing agent, cancers and cardiovascular disease. If you knew that, you wouldn't be getting that brand. If you knew that, like me, I didn't know this at the time, you would pay the extra 50 cents for the other brand. But any label can say anything. Best protein ever, clean, healthy, natural flavor. So now we have to do our due diligence in order to lose weight. So let me give you one more example of the hack. I love that these are approved by YUKA, Yucca. This bar right here is approved by Yucca. It's a Kirkland bar. Okay, so there's 180 calories. So let's do this together. Cover the last number. What do you see? Calories always in bold. You have 18. Let's go to protein. Is there 18 plus? There's 21. There's 21, so that's it. Now you know. So if you're adding any type of foods over time, like literally if every meal is like, oh my gosh, this brand has poor rating, this has a poor rating, this is a poor rating. After a long period of time, literally they're finding this through science, through engineers, biohacking our bodies every day. What's going on in this generation? And the amount of toxins, dyes, and carcinogens has literally increased by 90% just in the last decade. Just in the last decade. So here's the deal. I want you to get that YUKA app, that's what it's called, and literally just start the regular foods that you order or at the market. Take the extra step, because what happens is all these short chain amino acids that are literally the buildup of our body, little peptides, they stop responding to food. We eat food, not only are we not really absorbing the nutrients, instead of us feeling amazing and food giving us energy, it's storing this visceral fat in the belly area. So that's your protein. I actually have a guide that'll help you in so many ways. It's not my guide. It's a guide that I found when I heard 150 grams of protein, my desirable weight. I almost fainted. I was like, there's no way this is gonna be possible. That guide, if you drop in the comments the word guide, I will send it to you. Well, I might have to point you to a tool because the comments will disappear. That guide has 50 high protein items. Most of them are YUKA approved as long as you get the brand that's next to it. But you have to be careful. There's some chicken in a can that's a good rating. There's others that are really poor because they have fillers. So just do your due diligence, and I'm telling you right now, the next time someone sees you, they're gonna be like, what are you doing? What are you doing differently? And you're like, I got this app, all I'm doing with this app is like removing carcinogens and dyes and bacteria, and I'm getting amazing results. So I want you to remember that. The third thing is our water intake. Your body goes through a fat burning process for free. How funny is it the term liposuction is when you go and get fat sucked out of your body? So liposuction, you go, that term was created by your body. Lipolysis is how the body burns fat. All you need, hi dad, all you need is half of your weight in ounces of water. Let's talk about the biology around the fat burning process though. What does this system look like? The first step is called hydrolysis. You either burn fat 365 days a week, or you burn it 365 days a year, or how many days did you actually reach half of your weight in ounces of water each day? Do you know how many days it really was? Because if you're not getting the first process, it's called, that guide is right here. If you just go right here into your web browser, thebreakfastshow.net, it's labeled free protein guide, FREE protein guide. Okay, if you have any problems finding it, getting it, please message me. I'm a human, I'm going to respond to you. That's where you get that free protein guide. So with this, with your protein, you now know how to, with your water, the first step is hydrolysis. Hydrolysis is where your body latches on to half your weight in ounces of water. Did you know I drink 2 cups of coffee every morning? It's 16 ounces. Did you know that I have to literally drink not only half of my weight in ounces of water each and every day? I have to actually, Vicky, the app is called Yucca, okay? YUKA, YUKA. I have to literally add in the 16 ounces. So if you drink pop, if you drink any coffee or alcohol, those are diuretics, so they're dehydrating you. They suck the water out of you. You have to add it back in on top of half of your weight. Any more water than that, yes, you want to add in an electrolyte because you don't want to take all the potassium and deplete your body of it. But make sure it's YUKA approved. My husband came home for Valentine's Day. He got me this one from Up and Up, which is Target. There's carcinogens inside of it. I went straight into the app and I'm like, let me check this out. Let me check this Up and Up one out versus the Cure one. And I put it in here, and literally, Cure is a good rating. I get this one from Amazon, Cure. But guess what? The Yucca app, the Up and Up one that says clean from Target, it's got carcinogens inside of it. The average person who's in menopause that starts thinking electrolytes are gonna help me, because that's what I heard, but no one taught them to make sure that it's yucca approved. Because adding more toxins and dyes is actually compounding and making it come to a head even more, making your symptoms be even worse. So with your water, 1 a day is what I do, is I add a clean yucca approved an electrolyte. There's a really cool frother that you can get on Amazon. I love water. Let me give you a tip. Inside of here today, I have blackberries, blueberries, raspberries, and strawberries. Because are you like me? Are you adding any type of Mio or any type of Crystal Light? Are you adding those flavored waters? Because if it's not yucca approved, don't even drink the water. Infuse it though with blackberries, blueberries, raspberries, or strawberries. Infuse it with pomegranate, whatever's good to you. Cucumbers, lemon, lime. I got really good with like putting peppermint leaves. So make sure that it's YUKA approved. Just download the YUKA app and start searching the water enhancers. You don't want them. Half your weight in ounces of water, the best thing I could ever tell you is to set a timer. In 42 minutes, my timer's gonna go off. I wake up to a piece of paper next to my bed. It says water. And I wake up and I see it and I'm like, I like room temperature water because it says my teeth hurt, and I make myself drink for 15 seconds. Water before coffee. Water before coffee is so freaking critical. I can't even express it to you. I've dropped 30 pounds in 5 months. I've maintained it now through multiple seasons. I'm approaching 40. The reason why I went to so many followers on TikTok, 400,000, and Facebook, 400,000, and Instagram, 250, was because there's no meal plan. There's no giving up foods, desserts, or alcohol. We might have to replace them with cleaner versions using the YUKA app, but there's no restrictions. So with the water, set the timer. Put a sticky note somewhere right now. Like, do you wake up and go to the bathroom? Do you wake up and put on a pair of slacks? Do you sleep in just your unders? Like, write it down, set a timer every 90 minutes. You stop, you drop, and you're like, count to 15 seconds. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippis, you repeat that all day long. You are better off having 15 sips of water, seconds worth, than you are chugging it in the morning or the evening. We want to biohack the body. I was using moisturizers that had toxins. It was not YUKA approved. It's going straight into the bloodstream. Best way that you can moisturize your skin, water. Best way that you can detoxify your body and push crap out, water. Best thing to up the immunity, water. So when you think of that reason, guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna have a why behind it that's so strong that you're gonna show up and drink it even when you don't want to. So those are my little hacks. The timer, infuse it, use room temperature. If you don't like it on your teeth, use a straw. Find yourself a good water bottle. This holds 40 ounces. I can't remember a bunch of little water bottles. Maybe treat yourself to buying one on Amazon. Also, okay, the last thing is to make sure, if you absolutely hate it with all of your heart and soul, guess what you can do? Chew a piece of gum. It'll quench your thirst. And now you're like, okay, that's not too bad. Before you know it, you're gonna acquire the taste for water because you're gonna know so many positive benefits around it that you're gonna be so turned up inside. If you want, Gary Bruck is amazing. I highly recommend following him. You know, when you scroll social, you don't want to see negativity, right? It's a depression session. But if you follow people like Gary Brecka, he's known as the ultimate human. The man has 3 million plus followers because he's biohacking the body. It's no secret or that. But he's come to realize with your water, you can see tremendous benefits to hydrogen. I'm sure you've heard of hydrogen, but I heard of the wrong types of hydrogen. I'd go to TJ Maxx and I'd see, oh, tablets, I'm gonna get hydrogen tablets. Because I learned a lot of benefits from people. There were a lot of influencers on TikTok saying, you add hydrogen to your water and your menopause brain fog disappears and all of a sudden you have so much energy, stop drinking Celsius drinks and your performance and recovery in the gym will be better. If you have headaches or hormonal headaches, they'll improve. They're even saying with hydrogen, people are decreasing their blood pressure. Okay, so I see it and I get it. Brands, every single brand that I've had, toxins, dyes, carcinogens. It was doing more harm than good. Why am I not getting results like these other people are? So when you get a hydrogen, if you go look at the benefits of what it does in the body, which a little biology, which kind of sparked my interest, you have nitric oxide. And nitric oxide is what actually is the depth of how much blood flows through your veins. My veins might have more width or might have more blood flowing through them than you do. Yours might have more blood flowing through them than I do. All we know is with hydrogen, which is the smallest element inside of our body, if we add it in, smallest element on the element table, it's not in our body. If we add it in a crystalline format, it will dilate our blood vessel 10 hours, 10 times. Now we're talking. 10 hours, 10 times? Imagine blood rushing everywhere, how you would overall brain fog and fatigue. It's the only thing that can bypass an area in your brain. So your performance and recovery, no wonder athletes are paying thousands for it. No wonder why there's only 3 flavors in stock right now in a crystallate form. Obviously, you know me around cleanliness and science and clinicals and third-party validation. This is what I'm on right now. It's called nitro. I add it to my water. It comes in clear. I would never, ever, ever add ice. It deactivates it. I add it in. I wait for it to turn bright yellow. It goes from clear, it's the coolest thing ever. Within 5 minutes, it's bright yellow. I drink it once a day. You feel an instant effect. Instant. There's a video actually that explains it better than I can, Carlene. If you drop the word nitro in the comments, I will send you that video. If you're like, Michelle, I could care frickin' less. It's 30 days money back guaranteed. It's proven through science and clinicals. I needed this yesterday. If you drop in the comments the word nitro with a star, I'm more than happy to share that link with you. Okay? What you have to do though, I see that you're commenting. I have Victoria. If you go to my Instagram or Facebook account and say nitro, actually go to Facebook. I got banned on TikTok, permanently disabled my account yesterday, and I can't go live on Instagram. So not sure what's going on, but I'm unstoppable and I will never stop sharing these tips that help me lose 30 pounds. As much as the world wants to stop me because they make a lot of money off of people's health issues, I won't stop. So keep supporting The Breakfast Show. If you go to thebreakfastshow.net, under Nueva, there's a little link. You'll see Nueva Nitro. You'll see Nitro. But there's only the lemon lime, the grape, or the black cherry. I love the grape, but they're all good. I just do one a day, okay? And again, if you want the video, the hydrogen expert explains it better than I can. I don't want to sound like a spammy whammy butthole. I'll send the video that made me go, holy crap. And this brand specifically, this is the reason why, okay? You can't find that kind of stuff at Target. You can't find it at Walgreens. You wouldn't be able to go out and get it today. It's funny, the other day I was on a live and someone knocked on my door. It was a gal from Cheer. I handed her a packet. She goes, I can't wait to order it. I ordered it, but can I just have a couple of them for 2 days? Like, I'll pay you. It's like, because the instant feeling, okay? So that's your water. So you have your protein, which is your desirable weight. Google it, or goal weight in grams daily. You've got half your weight in ounces of water, and then you have 25 grams of fiber. Those 3 things actually work together as if you're building and making a cake. We can't make the cake without some type of liquid. We can't just take a bunch of like dough or mix and be like, okay, put the oven on. It won't work. And these 3 things work intertwinedly together. The most abundant thing made up in your body is protein and water. The one thing about protein is each year after 20, we start to lose 1%. It's the most abundant form of protein. It's called collagen. That's the only thing I would ever tell you ever that you should be supplementing with. I will tell you, you can lose weight, you can biohack your body, you never have to get a supplement, but with your collagen, you have to realize at 20 you stop producing it, and each year after you lose 1%. So how old are you? My father-in-law, who's 83, it's not too late, you can always add it back in. There's 5 types of collagen. Let's talk about that. I've listened to about 4 books now that are just on collagen. Rudy, do you know how to get the nitro? Just let me know in the comments. There's actually, how insane is this? There's literally 5 types. There's a type 1, there's a type 2, a type 3, a type 4, and a type 5, okay? And what happens is type 1 and type 3 are dormant in your body at the age of 20. So you don't need to add that back in. Did you know the first ingredient listed on any label is what you find the most of? And the last ingredient listed is what you find the least of? Literally. So if you look at something like my peanut butter and the first ingredient is sugar, that's a no-no. So your first ingredient in your collagen should be a type 2. Type 4 and 5 have to do with the gut. If you add type 2, you activated type 1. Type 1 and 2 together activate type 3. You now 10x, like take a magnifying glass to adding collagen back in. Collagen has to do with the hair, skin, nails, joints, muscles, wrinkles, skin's elasticity, and the gut. That's very important. So type 2, you want to get a liquid. It's the best absorption, right? You want water soluble. That comes in the form of a liquid. The moisturizers that I was using, if you saw my transformation on my cheekbones, I had my crow's feet and I had my 7s or whatever 11s. If your moisturizer is not YUKA approved, if you hopped on late, just download that app, YUKA. It tells you carcinogens, dyes, and toxins and products you might be using every day. Here's the deal. Organic tremolo mushroom mimics hyaluronic acid at a cellular level in a naturopath form. So the collagen, Cindy's like, what do you recommend? The collagen I use actually has organic tremolo mushroom in it. It is a type 2 medical grade collagen. It is a liquid, it's water soluble. And it has, over from Italy, there's a blood red orange. I can't do berber me for a fat burner. I get way too anxious with all that caffeine. And then CLA, which is conjunctuated linoleic acid, I actually did a mastermind on it. It has seed oils, and seed oils cause massive amounts of inflammation within the body. And we want to take that inflammation and we want to evacuate it out of the body. Over in Italy, all the people in Italy are so thin. They have a Morosil. It's an antioxidant found in their blood red orange. It is in a patent study, if you want to write this down, Morosil. Okay, it's an antioxidant that if you use it for 12 weeks, you are guaranteed to see 96% or dramatic weight loss, body fat composition, pounds shedded. 12 weeks. The 6% who didn't get results, why? They weren't consistent with the Morosil antioxidant. It only comes over because of their climate control or their climate, but for the first time in the marketplace, it's infused in a 4-ingredient in one collagen. It's clean, it's backed by science, proven through clinicals and third-party validation. What's it look like? It just looks like this. You literally can take the bottle. It's chocolate raspberry is my absolute favorite. I already had it today, but I can show you what it looks like. Obviously, it would stay in the fridge. I have little containers if I'm traveling. You just put 1 tablespoon, medical grade, third-party validation, CLEAN. This has fenugreek, supports the gut lining. This has a medical grade type 2 collagen as the top ingredient. The Morosil blood red orange is inside of it, and it also has the organic tremolo mushroom in it. Right now, actually, Vicki, you can get a bottle for 30 days money back guaranteed for $40 off. It's usually how much is it? Is it $209? No. You can lock it in right now. You can get it for 69 bucks. It's usually $109. You can lock in the price at $89. You get it today for $69 as a new customer. There's a video that explains it better than I can, Sam. Actually, if I send it to you, would you press play? If the answer is yes, drop the word slim in the comments and I'll share it with you. If you're like, Michelle, I could care less. I can claim this for a 4 full month supply, 30 days money back guaranteed, 4 supplements in one, not 1 supplement, not 2, not 3, but 4. And you want it for 69 bucks today. There's only 2 flavors. The rest are sold out, chocolate mint or chocolate raspberry. Get chocolate raspberry. Drop slim with a star. I can send you that link before it sells out. Okay? It will automatically come off the bottom. Are you on the site right now? So if you want the video, just shoot me a direct DM on Facebook Messenger. When you go to my page, you'll see message. Reach out. Just hit message, say slim. I'll share with you the science behind it. There's no caffeine, there's no soy, there's no gluten, there's no dairy. So people who are using this, maybe they have gastric sleeve, maybe cancer, maybe IBS, maybe high blood pressure, maybe high cholesterol, maybe cancer. So that is the 4-in-1. If you have any questions, just ask them inside of Messenger or in the comments. If you want it, I linked it right here this morning. I checked this morning, it was in stock. That's odd. If you go to thebreakfastshow.net, you'll see Nueva. When you go to Nueva, this is called Snow Slim. A 1 month supply is right here. If you get a duo pack, you save more per bottle. That's a 2-month supply. And your trio pack is a 3-month supply, 12-week supply in that patent study, right? You save even more per bottle. I did the trio pack. Right here, thebreakfastshow.net, it's right underneath Nueva Snow Slim. So it would look like this. You put thebreakfastshow.net, you find the word Nueva at the top. From Nueva, you find Snow Slim. Capiche? Awesome. Yes. So great question. If you in any way, shape, or form want to speed up your weight loss efforts, if you want to have less food noise and cravings for sugar and salt, if you want to not have chronic fatigue and really tiredness, I call it the hanger effect, hangry, you're kind of on edge, you can speed up the process, and it doesn't have to be with injectables. The GLP-1 injectables actually tricks the brain. Unfortunately, there are positive benefits to it, but it's tricking the brain. The only way that you can increase that hormone in your body is actually through fiber. So people have to get that injection weekly, bi-weekly, monthly. Some people do it twice a week. But long-term, what is it doing? Long-term, if we have to get off of this, what is it gonna do? Your entire body, we know, is infested and has over 20,000 different types of peptides. So now people are actually injecting with peptides, which, ask for the insert. Are there embryos in that? Is there any type of phosphorus? Is there any type of filler that's like causing more harm than good and we just didn't know? The best form, I would say, Carlene, comes in the form of a microbeaded peptide. Microbeaded. And if you've seen the movie Limitless, and you're like, I want to feel like that, look at this one right here. There's 3 stacks inside of one. And I'd say the best thing about this is, if you look at this, where is it? If you look at this right here, you're gonna notice it is a triangle and it has 3 stacks inside of it. Right here, the main one is tesofensin. Tesofensin is massive amounts of weight loss, literally, okay? Tesofensin is at the top. You're talking weight loss, you're talking binge eating, you're talking OCD around obsessive thoughts around food and food noise. I'll tell you right now that I look at dessert now. I used to never be able to say no. I actually feel nauseous, okay? Not all the time, just when I look at sugar. The bottom is Diaxa. Diaxa, literally, guess what that does? Focus and mood. So it actually helps without any type of stimulant. Think about the kid that's in school and that kid that's in school that can't focus. What would they put him on? That is a non-stimulant version. It's called Diaxa, and the left side of our triangle has BCP157. That's going to evacuate any type of inflammation right now found in the body. So it's a 3-in-1 medical grade weight loss peptide stack. First to the marketplace, no fillers. If you look at the back of the canister, all you see is those 3 ingredients. I take this 30 minutes before my first meal. I've lost 9 pounds in the last 6 weeks. I didn't even know I needed to lose weight. Jeff, who's 54, is down over 23 pounds in 6 weeks. It is back in stock, and you can actually get it for the first time in single bottles. Drop in the comments the word elevate if this intrigues you. I want to send you a video with the expert that explains this better than me. If you don't care and you're like, Michelle, no one's ever explained this to me before. I want to feel like that movie Limitless. I want to biohack the body and feel better, get rid of the food noise, and have freaking energy. You can drop Elevate with a star, and you can get this peptide. It's usually $209. You can lock it in at $189. You can get it today for $169, a full month supply. So if you did want it before it sells out, you can drop Elevate with a star in the comments. The reason why it sells out, these products are sourced. These products are not sitting in a warehouse where mice and rats are running around and pooping on top of the lids. They are sourced for purity. The microbead would never be broken up. It's in the form of a microbead for absorption. So that is the Elevate peptide. So again, if you want the information, because the comments are going to disappear, please send me a direct message on Facebook Messenger, okay? If you want it, I pinned it this morning to thebreakfastshow.net. Once this goes in your web browser, okay, you're going to see Nueva. When you click Nueva, it's called under the Body Beauty link, Elevate. elevate, okay? Elevate. Tesofensin, Diaxa, BCP 157 in one 3-in-1 medical grade weight loss peptide stack, okay? You get off of it after 2 months. You cycle 2 months on, 1 month off. When you reach your goals, you completely get off. Why and how? If you missed the beginning for that YUKA app, guess what? When you start scanning your foods and your dyes and toxins and carcinogen foods that have poor ratings, if they don't outweigh your regular food intake, guess what? You're gonna maintain your efforts. I see it every day. I see it in my friend Diana King, who's on right now, who's down 75 pounds at 70 years old. For the first time, people, yeah, so you just have to message me that. So do you have any questions in regards to this? You can send me a direct message. I will 150% with certainty respond. I'll send you a voice note. Just make sure to let me know, okay? So here's the deal with this. If you have questions, let's see right now, finish shut up with Google. Okay, so here's this, copy. Okay, do you have questions? I can't see the comments. It's very frustrating. It comes in, it comes out. It comes in, it comes out. Info, how long, okay, so how long does it work? Colleen, did you hear that? You can take it 2 months on, 1 month off, cycling until you reach your goal. If you get the signature set, you're gonna save the most amount of money. You get a 3-month supply. So you're set for March and April. You take off May, you have June, you don't order till July. That's gonna run you at $530, you get Nitro for free. I've lost 8 pounds. It works great. Lori said, makes you feel so much better. Oh, Lori. Okay, so that's that. Get in my inbox. I'm going to hop off, okay? If you have questions, go back to the beginning. We talked about the 3 things that you can do right now without anything to start dropping weight. My free protein guide, if you did not get that, Marilyn, it's linked right here at thebreakfastshow.net. I can't keep up under protein guide, FREE. FREE protein guide. I'll be back tomorrow morning, guaranteed, for an episode between 8:30 and 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You have 30 days to catch up on this. Hit follow, hit add friend, and with certainty, tag a friend who you know the value that I add, that I can help you with not only weight loss, improving muscle tone, reversing the aging process, that you know could literally be helped by this and have value. Tag them and introduce them to the Breakfast Show so that they can start reaching their goals for X, Y, and Z. So I'm gonna hop off. It was an honor to spend this morning with you. I hope you have the best day ever. And if you have any questions, hop in my inbox. It is open for you. And always remember that you are unstoppable. There is not one fingerprint out there that matches your fingerprint, no matter how low you are feeling. If 24 hours in, you can just reach that protein goal, that water and that fiber, you will feel absolutely different within 24 hours than you do this second. Happy Wednesday. Have the best day. Love you. Bye.